This wonderful Sunday hosted the Monaco Grand Prix. It was a calm, nice place where I am, which is Bordeaux in France. But in Monaco, it was crazy. Chaos on the first lap, chaos on the last lap, chaos. Even though the race roughly-ish, not really, but yeah, it was a good race. It was a good weekend. We had the Mercedes updates coming up during free practice. We had Lewis hitting the barrier during free practice. We had Red Bull give you wings and exposing the Mercedes floor as well as the Red Bull floor. So it was filled weekend, you know, and people that went to the track actually felt like the vibe were crazy as well. So not just from the TV and not just, you know, watching free practice go, quali go. I didn't watch quali because I was at work, but watching quali go and watching quali go and watching race, it was all good vibes. Yeah, so let's just have a recap of what happened in this chaotic Monaco Grand Prix. First things first, it was our first lap. It was a good step for Max Verstappen. Fernando as well, Ocon got away as well. Fernando didn't have enough tires to actually finally have the right tires actually to push and try and get to Max Verstappen, and it was unfortunate because we all wanted Fernando to win. But you know what, it is what it is. It was inevitable because Max is like literally he's on fire, and we have to acknowledge the fact that this guy is just putting in some crazy performance. And that, of course, very, very good car, but he has very, very, very good skills and he's a very skilled driver. So, yeah, very good driver. Fernando as well, pushing in so much. Tried to get Max in the first lap. Of course, turn one, everyone's trying to get everyone in turn one because once you pass turn one, you don't really have another overtaking opportunity apart from if you like send it into the hairpin. But no one had the balls to do that. I think it's a long race. So no one wanted to risk in the cars, you know, in useless values and useless damage. Yeah, so that one was that, and you had Ocon versus Sainz actually. At first it was Sainz versus Hamilton, but Sainz just moved on to fight Ocon. He had good pace in the Ferrari. I think he was in the hards, and the Ferrari seemed to do well on the hards. So he had good pace on. He had good pace, tried to fight Ocon. At one point, actually, broke himself and went directly to the back of Ocon and said that yeah, it was Ocon's fault. No, that was actually Sainz's fault. It was fully Sainz's fault. He misjudged braking. Of course, Ocon is gonna defend the corner. That's normal, and he has to turn into the corner. At least that's normal. So you should expect that. Yeah, I mean, of course, they were racing. Racing drivers are under huge pressure. So you can't really say anything more. You can't really say anything much about that because, you know, pressure. Leclerc versus Hamilton. Now Leclerc sometimes was close to Lewis, but Lewis was, you know, I think you had sectors where Lewis was faster than Leclerc, and Leclerc just had like a margin. So as well as that, you had Lewis in the Ferrari sandwich, and yeah, it was very, very close battle actually from the Ferraris and the Mercedes, because the time difference between Sainz and Hamilton was like it went from 1.8 to 2 to 3, then went back to 1.2, something like that, seconds. And same for Leclerc. Leclerc was 8 tenths, 9 tenths, 5 tenths, then went back to 1.8 tenths. So it was a very mixed pace for the Ferraris as well. They were mixing up with the Mercedes, but I think that Ferrari had way more pace than the Mercedes. Just like because you're in Monaco, they couldn't overtake. Really can't overtake in Monaco. It's difficult. Kevin showed it was kind of possible to overtake if you just have the balls and send it down to the hairpin or send it down to turn 6. Yeah, I mean, why not? So yeah, you had that little battle when it came to Lewis and Leclerc, and Russell just seemed nowhere when it came to dries. I think he had a bad setup with the car. He didn't feel comfortable with the car, at least when it came to the dry part of the track. And yeah, he was just nowhere really. He was fighting against nobody. I think right behind him, you had Pierre Gasly. So yeah, it wasn't really the best of situations for him. Sorry, he was in front of Pierre. He was behind Pierre. to George compared to Lewis and compared to the Ferraris, when it was not really in the same pace, because he was right behind Gasly as well. Gasly was hustling the Alpine, you know, in 7th place, trying to catch. Well, Leclerc definitely trying to catch up with the pack, but he had a very bad strategy. It didn't really make him, you know, he didn't really get on with the stuff. So, unfortunately for Gasly, Russell was stuck behind. Russell was stuck behind Gasly, so he couldn't pass Gasly because of course you're in Monaco, as I said, and the fact that I think the Mercedes had a bit more pace than the Alpine, but you're in Monaco, so pace doesn't really matter. You just need to have both. Russell finished 5th, by the way, because rain came up. Strategy played, went long on the hards, picked it when there's rain, but dished into turn 6, went down straight the corner just before the hairpin, and lost the position to Lewis. Lewis had pace anyway, so overtook him, and well, he rejoined the track. Very unsafe, by the way. Hit Perez. Of course, he couldn't see anything because it's raining. Hit Perez. The Mercedes flying like for the 4th time this weekend. Had a 5-second time penalty. So it wasn't the best of races for Russell, but he did finish 5th and he gained position in the Drivers' Championship. So now he's right behind Lewis in 5th. After Russell, you had Tsunoda and 2 McLarens. Of course, Tsunoda had a chance as well as Russell did. He couldn't brake. He had brake problems, or maybe lack of brakes actually. Looking up into turn 6, going straight down. Apparently his brake was stopped, went out to the corner and lost a lot of positions. I think he finished right down the order anyways, but but promoted to McLarens that had mediocre pace actually, not that great, not that bad. Seems to be always better in Monaco anyways, but so they promoted them back to the points, and both McLarens, Norris and Piastri finished in the points, which was a good point for the team, and 3 points. So it is what it is. You had the backfield, the guys that didn't score points, you know, the Alfa Romeos, the other AlphaTauris in general. We had De Vries, nothing to write home about. I think he finished 12th. We had the Williams, didn't have good pace this weekend as well, and that's pretty much it. You had Sergio Perez with a mediocre race. He was stuck behind the backfield and he couldn't really pass them because, of course, you run, like I say, for the 5,000th time you're in Monaco, so you don't pass. No, anytime he tried to, he broke his wing. And he had like 5,000 pit stops. He got lapped twice by his teammates that was leading the race, so it was like a very contrast race for them. You have Stroll as well, literally contrasting to Alonso as well, having a very bad weekend as well. He was out of place, so those 2 drivers were out of place of the weekend. Stroll should have got in place, but I think he had no pace during the whole weekend, lost a lot of pace, and unfortunately for him, it was a bad weekend as well. But it is what it is. It's Formula 1, it's a cultural sport, and it's really not that. So after this weekend, you have Red Bull first place in the construct. You have Red Bull first place in the Constructors' Championship, far from anyone else. You have Aston Martin second. You have Mercedes that are just 2 points away from Aston Martin, so you should look at that battle very close because you have 2 good drivers, 4 good drivers anyways, but you have Fernando pushing that Aston Martin high up, and you have 2 Mercedes drivers that are trying to catch up to that. As well, you have Ferrari in 4th place in the Constructors. So the Constructors are getting a bit more tense now as the season progresses, just as to find out who you're battling with. So it's more or less Mercedes versus Aston Martin and Ferrari, and Red Bull are on their own. They're definitely going to win this championship. That's not even a question. That's not a question anyways. So if that's it, guys, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think the rain changed and robbed a lot of strategy calls, and people lost and people won out of it. So probably one of the best in terms of pure entertainment races we've had this season, apart from Jeddah, and of course, just Jeddah, man. Yeah, Jeddah, Australia was fun-ish. We had, I think it's one of the best races we've seen this season so far in terms of excitement, because of course you knew that the rain was coming up. But anyways, it is the Monaco Grand Prix, so you should expect 1,000 overtakes no matter what year it is. But I could be very happy with this race, and it was generally a very nice weekend. Anyways, we're going into the new weekend, which is going to be the Spanish Grand Prix, which is actually one of my favorite tracks when it comes to driving. Not probably racing because of the dirtier and everything, but I always seem to like the Spanish Grand Prix because of the track layout. And yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. We should look forward to the Mercedes and seeing their new pace. So looking forward to seeing how Red Bull are far away from the field as well. I just want to see how McLaren is gonna pace up to the rest of the field as well. And I want to look at Nick de Vries's pace compared to some others, and compared to if he's able to score points. I doubt, because he's in an AlphaTauri, but if you can have a clean, mistake-free and good paced weekend, I think it's going to be good for the whole team and him himself, trying to keep his seat at the end of the year. So we will see for that. Nick de Vries, I hope he has a great weekend this one that's coming. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, smash, and share the video if you want to. Comment on what I should change on my video, because I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to improve my style, and I need to get a mic because I'm tired of using my camera's mic. But this is what it is. I see you next time, and it's out for me. Thank you. Bye.